So I think a lot of people thought when you bought Twitter that this is kind of an outlier. Like, what doesn't fit with these other things you're doing? I never thought that. Because I think you're dealing with big civilizational issues and problems, and I was right on your page. I think Twitter is one of them. I mean, you have talked about this woke mind virus.
Yes.
In really apocalyptic terms.
Yes.
You should explain why you don't think it's hyperbole to say things like it's pushing civilization towards suicide. First of all, what is the woke mind virus? And if we don't deal with this, nothing else can get done. Tell me why you think that.
Yeah, so I think we need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic and anything that is that results in the suppression of free speech.
Okay, now I'm not going to stop this a whole lot, I promise you, but he's letting him know we need to keep an eye out for anything that is against merit. If it's against merit and it's them trying to make up their own rules because of some oppression, some system, something that has been letting them down, so to speak. All right. And don't get me wrong. Do I think that there's such thing as systemic racism? Yes, I do. I do. I most certainly do. I just think that systemic racism comes from the Democratic Party. I'm saying that's just, listen, you probably think I'm idiotic. I just think it comes from the Democratic Party. I mean, we literally had a president said, I'm going to make sure these N-words vote Democrat for the rest of their life. Huh? Because he put certain measures in place. He put a certain system in place to make sure that these Negroes vote Democrat for the rest of their freaking lives. That's called a system. All right? That's called a system. Listen to Elon, bro. He said if it's not about merit and they're trying to censor what you're talking about, pay attention to it. All right, let me go back just a little bit. Okay, let me be quiet. Okay.
I think we need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic and anything that is that results in the suppression of free speech. So, you know, those are two of the aspects of the woke mind virus that I think are very dangerous. Is that it's often anti-meritocratic. You can't question things. Even the questioning is bad. So, you know, another way to almost synonymous would be cancel culture. And obviously, people have tried to cancel you many times.
Many times.
Yeah, I mean,
every week.
Yeah.
From left and right. I've had it from both sides.
Yeah.
No Diddy. No Diddy. From left and right, I had it from both sides. Listen to these guys. They're having a good conversation here. You can't even question things anymore without the woke mob coming after you. All right? I'm just saying, pay attention what they're talking about.
And it's interesting. People, you and I are both like in that little group of people. Maybe it's a bigger group now.
Yeah.
Who are called conservative, who haven't really changed. I don't think of you as a conservative.
I'm definitely, yeah, like I at least think of myself as a moderate, you know, so, I mean, at least I've spent a massive amount of my life energy building sustainable energy, you know, electric vehicles and batteries and solar and stuff to help save the environment. That's not a, you know,
no.
Not exactly far right.
Now you hear that. Now, what he said was, I spend a great deal of my life trying to go another way, trying to save the environment. And as you can clearly see, look, I've been doing my part. And they're saying I'm far right from it. I mean, I'm far right because of it, right? All right. Now, let me just let you know this. I was an environmental protection specialist for Department of Defense for a total of 17 years before YouTube, shout out to YouTube, content creation allowed me to retire from working for the government and doing this full time. So much love to that. So I was a tree hugger. All right. I was a tree hugger, essentially. I had to get rid of all of the batteries, lead acids, all types of batteries. Anyway, there's really no way to get rid of these batteries that come from solar and from electrical vehicles. It really isn't. So I actually have an issue with that. But when you talk about the totality, when you talk about overall encompassing, making sure the climate is better, making sure the world is a better place, I think we're moving in the right direction. But we need to be careful because our power grid is a big thing. All right. I'm not going to get into all that, but I'm just going to let you know this. I'm behind Elon for taking the stance that he took. We have been teaching people how to grow online. It's been absolutely amazing. We have 3 people who have been able to reach monetization in less than 30 days. Growing YouTube channels, some from 0 people. We have one guy who had 2 subscribers before he started working with me. He started helping him. His views went up 4.8 million%. We're super excited. If anybody ever want to grow on YouTube, you reach out to me with the word coach for putting this out there. Now, obviously, Bill Maher's like, oh, look at us. We're the same. I got canceled too. They try to come after me for saying certain things or trying to be more of a centristic type of thinker, you know, a free thinker. So they do come after them. But watch what happened in one of Elon Musk's conversations he had that really made people come after him, because they thought, you claim to be this hellified businessman. You claim to be this businessman who know everything about creating a vibrant workforce and all this other stuff, and you're a billionaire and all this. This dude put it all on the line. He pretty much essentially said, if you are an advertiser and you got an issue with what I say out of my mouth and what I put on my platform, respectfully kiss my black ass. All right, that's what he said. He literally said, "I you don't believe me? For real." He literally, you don't believe me? Watch this.
But
you don't believe
how do you make a choice? You don't see. I mean, in terms of when you're going to engage. I mean, for example, even today, Elon, you tweeted this thing about George Soros. Well, I'm looking for it because I want to make sure I quote it properly. But I mean, you know what you wrote. But you basically.
It reminds me of Magneto. This is like, calm down, people. This is not like made a federal case out of it.
You also you said he wants to erode the very fabric of civilization, and Soros hates humanity. Like, when you do something like that, do you? Yeah, I think that's true. That's my opinion. Okay, but why share it? Why share it? Especially, why share it when people who buy Teslas may not agree with you, advertisers on Twitter may not agree with you? Why not just say, hey, I think this? You can tell me. We can talk about it over there. You can tell your friends, but why share it widely?
Now, essentially, he says, man, if you got something to say that could potentially lose you some money, why are you saying it? Like, you and I, we can go over to the corner, we can have some drinks, you can tell me, it could be between us, but why put it out there when you know what can happen to you? Listen to me, guys. That is some sucker sugar honey iced tea to only be able to discuss things in a whisper. If you are at a point where you are a grown adult, you are an adult, and you're saying that you only feel comfortable talking about things amongst my friends, amongst people who's not going to put it out there, you are a sucker. That is some bull sugar honey iced tea that I don't want to be, I don't want to be related to. Don't be no sucker, man. Put it out there. You got the freedom of speech. This brother literally said, Elon, bruh, why do you have to put it out there? Do you realize that people who purchase Teslas might be offended? This dude said, that's not going to stop my truth. Like, it's still the truth. That's why I am supporting Trump. If you are black, or if you're a Democrat, or if you're questioning me for supporting who I support, this is why. People who don't mind putting themselves out there for the truth. All right, let's get back to it.
I mean, this is freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I want.
You absolutely are, but I'm trying to understand why you do, because you have to know it puts you in the middle of the partisan divide in the country. It makes you a lightning rod for criticism. I mean, do you like that? People today saying he's an anti-Semite. I don't think you are. No, I'm definitely. I'm like a pro-Semite, if anything. I believe that probably is the case.
Yes.
But why would you even introduce the idea that would be the case?
I mean, look, we don't want to make this a George Soros interview.
No, God, no. I don't want to at all. But what I'm trying, even came up though in the annual meeting. I mean, do your tweets hurt the company? Are there Tesla owners who say, I don't agree with his political position and I know it because he shares so much of it? Or are there advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
This is the part right here that I loved. Please make sure you pay attention to this part right here. He asked him a question, and then Elon Musk took an extremely long pause. They call it a pregnant pause. He took an extremely long pause to gather his thoughts. Guys, when you're having conversations with people, make that a habit. You don't have to respond immediately just because y'all are having a conversation. Stop. Think. See if you fully understand what the person you're talking to is saying, so that you can respond to that. That's called having a conversation. This right here excites me. Like, I love seeing grown people have real freaking conversations, man. All right, watch this.
You can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
You know, I'm reminded of there's a scene in The Princess Bride. Great movie.
Great movie.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father. And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care. You want to share what you have to say.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
This man said, I don't care if you offer me money or if you offer me power. If I gotta lose my freedoms because of it, I don't care. Keep it all. Keep it. Now, a lot of you might look at this and say, especially people who don't really support Elon Musk, a lot of you might look at this and be like, you already have everything, so you can say that. No, a person with integrity can say that. Wow, don't be so shocked. A person with integrity can say that. Simple and plain. When people heard that he didn't care that he was losing the advertisers simply because he wasn't talking about certain things, or he was talking about certain things too much, they thought he was dumb. No, that's called integral. There's really not a lot to put to it. That's just is what it is. All of us are sinners. None of us are perfect, okay? But that does not mean we don't have to try, right? That don't mean we should lean on our ailments or our strongholds or certain things that are oppressing us or keeping us underrepresented, so to speak. That means really lean into your integrity, right? Really lean into your character so that you can, you can be able to live with yourself. That's it. You want to be able to live with yourself. This brother said, I don't care, man. Take it all, bro. I don't care. Take your money. And we all know that these platforms are run off of advertisers. It's not that simple of a decision to make. I don't know if y'all fully understand that. A person that just spits in the face of advertisers and be like, look, if you want me to represent something that I don't believe in, then I'm sorry, you're going to have to keep your billions of dollars, billions. You're going to have to keep your billions. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts, man. Shout out to Elon. This dude he's gangster for that. He's gangster for that.